What kids don't understand is that they always have a choice, and it's those choices that will lead to their consequences or their rewards. Everything's a choice. Whether you choose to stay in school and graduate or quit school to deal drugs and join a gang, it's a choice.
You're right, Mike. Everything is a choice. Every day you must decide to make a positive choice so you can find some success in your life. If you decide to participate in negative activities, then the consequences will be negative. If you decide to participate in positive activities, then your reward will be positive. Positive decisions equals rewards. You decide.
Like yours too, bro. Thanks. Guys, bro, I can't believe we're already freshmen.
I know.
Yeah. Now all we gotta do now is make a pact and we can stay together and be successful. And plus, we're all in Mr. Denby's class, so you know our class about to be fun.
True. I know. He is so into science and math. Everything is a challenge that requires you to make choices and decisions.
Yeah, I heard he gives a math equation on the first day that's supposed to take us our whole high school career to figure out.
Our whole high school career?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy.
I'm about to fail that class.
Well, we better get to class before the bell rings.
Yeah, see y'all.
Good luck.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Denby, and I've been given the task of walking you through your freshman seminar. So what I wanted to do basically was give you a nice review of the concepts that we've covered during your freshman seminar. And as you can see right here on the board, we had everything presented for your mediators, peer leaders, school administrators, your principals. The next thing that you have is new positive things. Those are some of the clubs and different after-school activities that you could all take part in. The last thing that we have were we wanted to encourage you to take on some new responsibilities, because those are going to be the things that are going to carry you through your next 4 years in high school. Me being the math and science guy that I am, I wanted to throw out an equation to you. And this equation basically will help you out in life. So this equation goes like this. Positive C plus positive D equals a positive R. Or your negative C plus your negative D equals negative C. Now, below I gave you the breakdown on what all the different letters stood for in this equation. So I want to walk you through this equation just to make sure that we all have it down. So please write this down. Positive choices plus positive decisions equals positive R. Does anyone know what the positive R stands for? Yes, sir.
Rewards?
Rewards, correct. Or we can go down here to the other side, which is a negative choice plus a negative decision equals a negative C. Who can tell me what the negative C stands for? Yes, ma'am.
Negative C equals consequences.
Yes, correct. So, in life, you can have positive choices plus positive decisions, and it'll bring you positive rewards. Or, negative choices and negative decisions will give you negative consequences. That's going to be very, very good for you, but this one has been called Mr. Denby's 4-year equation, because this equation will take you about 4 years to figure it out.
Bullying is another issue that is a choice with consequences.
Bullying, just like joining gangs, is a negative activity. Bullies are only out to torment and cause harm to other people. Bullying is wrong. We want to encourage you to treat everybody the same. At the end of the day, we are all human beings, and we are taught to treat people the way we would like to be treated. Bullies are only out to hurt other people.
So how come you didn't call me last night?
My charger broke and my phone died and stuff.
Watch this, bro. Is there a problem?
I'm not sure. Is there a problem?
Don't listen to your girl. Keep moving. It's ridiculous, man.
What I want to do now is I want to have you compare and contrast the animal cell and the plant cell. So, I'd like to know, do you think you know all the parts of an animal cell?
I think I know most.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Ribosome.
Yes.
Lysosome.
Yes.
The vacuoles.
Yes.
Smooth ER.
Yes.
Rough ER.
Yes.
Nucleus.
Yes.
And
I think we have a couple parts missing. What I would like for you to do is go back into your notes and see if you can find the other parts that you missed. You almost have them all. Very good job. Daryl, are you going to do the plant cell?
Yes.
Very good. Excellent students. So I would like to see you maybe sign up for the science club, and I'd also like to have you get into the science fair this year. So please come back and see me after class.
okay.
Joining a gang and bullying, both are issues where peer pressure come into play.
Absolutely, Michael. Peer pressure was one of the reasons why my little cousin joined a gang. Peer pressure was also the reason why my young cousin lost his life at a very early age.
We have video about peer pressure. Let's take a look.
Hey. Hey.
Becoming involved with a gang will lead to death, prison, or misery for family and friends, or a combination of all three.
Gangs have only taken away from our community.
Gang activity led me to prison.
Gang activity caused both my nephew and my cousin to lose their lives.
After my release from prison, I decided to make a positive choice in my life. I now dedicate my life to reaching youth to make positive decisions. As I always say, everything in life comes down to two things: what you do and what you don't do. If you choose to join a gang, your life will be filled with negative consequences. If you choose to avoid gangs and gang activity, your life will be filled with positive rewards. Every negative choice has consequences.
There is nothing positive about joining a gang.
Being in a gang nearly destroyed my life.
Wonderful, Audie. I can't believe it's been 4 years. You're getting ready to graduate. You'll be able to get your cap and gown tomorrow between 9 and 12, okay?
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye now. Miss Darche, hi. How are you?
Good.
Wonderful. 4 years for you, too. Let's see. Right here on the top. Matthew Jacobs III, our engineer. How was your time at Rise at Rowan?
It was great. I got a lot of insight on engineering.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. 4 years for you, too, huh?
Yes. And I finally solved Mr. Denby's equation. N for negative plus BD for bad decisions equals NF for negative future. P for positive plus GD for good decisions equals positive future.
Oh, so positive plus good decisions equals positive future.
Rowan, Rutgers, Stockton, and Cumberland County have offered me a full academic scholarship.
I'm joining the Peace Corps and going to third world countries to help the disadvantaged.
I received an academic and athletic scholarship to Howard University, and I'm graduating with the top 10% of my class.
I made some bad choices. As a result, I even spent some time in a detention center. However, I am turning my life around. I won't be going to the college of my choice, but I will be going to college. My life is getting better.
Studying hard and paying attention has really paid off. I'm able to attend Rowan University, and I'm studying criminal justice.
I was awarded a scholarship to Harvard. I have a 4.0 GPA, and I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I've had a high-risk pregnancy and missed too many days to graduate. I'll be back next year after I have my baby. I will graduate, and we will go to college.
Before I get into my single, which is about bullying, I just want to send a message out there to anybody that is getting bullied. Make sure you tell somebody. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're silent about it, because then nothing will ever change. You're going to keep going through the same thing every day. And the people out there doing the bullying, you know, you come to school to learn. You come to school to get the knowledge that you need to take it to the next level with whatever you do, whether you're going to college, whether you're going to a trade school. So make sure that you make that time count in school. You know, I didn't make that time count. 3 weeks before I graduated, I got caught selling drugs and almost threw my whole life away. Since then, I changed my life around, and you know, when you do positive things come to you. And always remember that the same people that you're bullying, you will run into them later on in life, either as doctors, lawyers, police officers, and the same person that you bullied in school will be the same person that can help you and get you out of a situation. So always remember that. And with that said, this is my new single, Bully.
Yeah. It's Tropicana. Let's go. You ain't a bully boy. You ain't a bully boy. You ain't a bully boy. Oh, you a bully, huh? You a tough guy. You the top dog. Think you rough ride. A big man steady messing with a small fry. Scared to mess with somebody your own size. That's right. Yeah, I see you all the time. You be walking around with your false sense of pride, acting like you hard, but you really soft inside. Yeah, all you want, you're not fooling I. Yeah, see right through you, straight to your skeleton. That ain't you, man. You ain't being genuine. Nope, I'm just putting out the facts now. Curtain closed, you can put down the act now. Oh, you still want act foul? What you gonna do when that person don't back down? I can see it, you a bluffer. Remember this is always the one tough. You ain't a bully, you ain't 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 tough. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You got a smart mouth, you a wise guy. Think you so cool, like the pop fly. Like to pick on people you know is type shy. Cause you know them people, yeah, you know reply. Oh, you thinking that you something. Walk around putting people down with your judgments. But you ain't really saying nothing. I see through you, homie, I can tell that you be frontin'. Listen here, I'ma do me. You might fool them, can't fool me. Nope, this is something that I know for sure. You acting like you not, but you really insecure. Yeah, homie, really immature. Not enough attention, you be really craving more. What you doing? Nothing new. You ain't a bully, just a lot of growing up. You ain't a bully, you ain't tough. 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 You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. Oh, you an internet gangster? Where they do that at? You ain't hard, homie, you ain't where the troopers at. Why you acting like you better than? Knowing that you couldn't taste your own medicine. Yeah, clown, you know what I mean. Sitting at home hiding behind computer screens. Little homie, you better than who? Get a life, man, find something better than you. Ain't a bully, you ain't tough. You 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 ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully, you ain't tough. 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 You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully boy, you ain't a bully. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't a bully. You ain't a bully. We out.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. And remember, you make the right choices, you make positive decisions, positive things come to you. Since I've been making the right decisions, I've got signed to a recording contract. And since then, I've been getting honored by the city, Mayor Romano, Assemblyman Nelson Albano, Assemblyman Matt Marlum, and Senator Jeff Van Drew. So remember, nothing is out of your reach, nothing is impossible. If you put your mind to it, then you can achieve that. And let me be a testament that you can go out and achieve whatever you wanted, because at one point people thought my life was over. People thought my life was done. They said I wasn't going to do nothing. So a lot of people that I didn't expect to, but I always kept it in me that, you know what, regardless of what anybody says, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make something of myself. And you guys could too. I'm Tropicana. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.
We are faced with the challenges of choice each day. Our futures depend upon each choice and decision we make. For more information on programs that support you and positive choices, contact Mr. Mark Anderson at the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office at 856-207-1173.